Structural engineering also had to advance to make these towers possible. The support columns for the towers were both at the central core, like a traditional skyscraper, and around the outside of the buildings. This essentially made each tower a sort of box within a box, joined by horizontal trusses at each level. This meant there were no support columns within the actual floor plates, allowing for vast open office space.
The Twin Towers of the World Trade Center is a real anomaly in the history of the skyscraper in New York, not just because they were the tallest buildings in the world, they were also exceptional because they were built by government.
The towers finally opened their doors in 1973 to a public who'd grown weary of them. The project cost the equivalent of $4.5 billion in today's money and had reportedly come at the expense of some public transportation facilities. Some residents of Lower Manhattan were still angry at having to be relocated, and critics said the towers looked like filing cabinets, or the boxes that the Empire State and Chrysler Building were delivered in. But over the next decade, they steadily became embraced as American icons, helped by films like King Kong, Superman and Manhattan, as well as Philippe Petit's heart-stopping tightrope walk between them in 1974. The Twin Towers became synonymous with the city itself.
The Micro Machine Man here, presenting the genuine original, colossally flexible, most minted miniature episodes of the real thing, Micro Machine.
Big hair, big ideas, big buildings. The 80s were about risk, excess and glitz. It was a time when subtlety was thrown out the window. If you were going to do something, you had to be bold. Architecture was swinging away from the restrained, clean lines of the 60s to something more extravagant. This was an era of experimentation, of clashing styles and ideas that wouldn't ordinarily work together. New York was an altogether different beast in the 1980s too. The Wall Street boom and falling unemployment spurred on the real estate market, though at the same time, the city was experiencing record crime and soaring murder rates. This was a place of contradictions, of division, of glamour alongside poverty and violence, but of extreme wealth and opportunity too. Rising from all of it was a new skyscraper on Fifth Avenue that would kind of come to embody the ethos of the era.